We have to stop illegal immigration. We have to do it. We have to do it. We have to build a wall, folks. We have to build a wall. And a wall works. Many of these gang members are illegal immigrants. They're rough dudes. They will be out of here so frickin' fast. And I think a lot of these countries send them in here because they don't want them. Whether it's any country, their leaders are smarter than our leaders. They're more cunning. They're tougher. They're better. It's disgusting what's happening to our country. We are a dumping ground for the rest of the world.
So that was Donald Trump's latest edition, firing up another crowd last night. 20,000 in Dallas. But a brand new poll showing his lead narrows significantly. Take a look at the CBS New York Times poll showing Dr. Ben Carson trailing Trump by only 4 points. That's within the margin of error. Statistically, that's a tie. Carson gained 20 points since the same poll in early August. Live to Dallas, Byron York, chief political correspondent of Washington Examiner, Fox News contributor. Byron, good morning to you. Start with the rally.
Morning, Bill.
You were there last night at the Trump rally. What was your takeaway?
Well, you know, it was a level of crowd size, of intensity, and of excitement that we really have not seen since Democrats were packing Barack Obama's rallies in 2008 and 2012. It's almost unheard of at Republican events to have this kind of size and enthusiasm in a crowd.
So what do you make of this poll now from the New York Times? It's Trump and Carson basically in a tie 1 day before round two, Byron.
Well, they have two entirely different appeals, but we know they're two of the three candidates, the other being Carly Fiorina, who have never held public office. And I think what we have found in Republican polling lately is that Republican voters are not just looking for somebody who is outside of Washington. They're looking for somebody who is outside of government altogether. That's why some of the candidates like Jeb Bush and Scott Walker, who have served as governors, who have been in government, are not doing as well. They're looking for people who are completely outside government.
Yeah, the new poll also, I don't know if you saw it, right, among Hispanics, 70% see Donald Trump as somewhat or very negative. And you just remarked about his immigration comments from last night.
Yes, the first comment that you played, the one that we have to stop illegal immigration, got the biggest and longest applause, standing ovation of the night. That poll is interesting. It's kind of consistent with other polls that we've seen showing significant majority Hispanic disapproval of Trump. One interesting thing is there were 26% of Hispanics in that surveyed who, like Trump, believe that he's telling it like it is. That's almost exactly the percentage of Hispanic voters who voted for Mitt Romney in 2012. That's a figure Republicans certainly want to improve on the next time around.
No question. Mark Halperin from Bloomberg has a bit of a scouting report right now among Republicans and the strategy that could be employed tomorrow night, okay? Here are the 4 points that Halperin makes based on discussions he's had with other Republicans and how you go after Trump. Trump can't be trusted because he's an egomaniac with bad character. Trump's a liberal and unprincipled. Trump is not close to being fit to be a serious president or commander-in-chief. Trump is a politician, not a businessman / outsider. Is that what you expect?
Well, these arguments are circulating not just among Trump's rivals who will be on the stage with him, but among other interests in what you might call the Republican establishment. And one thing that is really kind of extraordinary is that having an event this big with this level of enthusiasm for a Republican candidate, you would think it would make the Republican establishment pretty happy. And instead it has made them terribly nervous. And I believe the headline of the article you're referring to is, "Can Donald Trump be stopped?" So a lot of the Republican establishment is looking for a way to stop the Republican candidate who is drawing the biggest and most enthusiastic crowds of the field.
Yeah, Bobby Jindal kind of gave us a preview last week when he lined it up there in Washington, D.C. We'll see how it goes. Thank you, Byron York, traveling in Dallas, Texas.
Thank
today.
you, Bill.
You bet. Martha.
Well, New Jersey's Governor Chris Christie says that he is ready for the second Republican debate on Wednesday night. He spoke with our own Megyn Kelly last night, giving us a little bit of a preview of what to expect.
If I feel like there's something I want to say, you know me, I've never hesitated for a moment to say it. And if I feel like there's something I need to say on Wednesday night, I will say it. But we're also running for president of the United States, and I think people want to hear about our ideas for the country's future, and not just get in a food fight. Like, I've watched this Jeb Bush, Donald Trump food fight. Let me clue them in on something. Nobody cares.
Wow, Fox News is your election headquarters, and after the debate wraps up tomorrow night, here is a special lineup. Are you ready? O'Reilly's live at 11 o'clock. Megan's live at midnight. Sean's live at 1 a.m. And you know how these debates go, Martha. I mean, they go in directions that nobody can predict. Just like Cleveland back in early August when we had it. So we'll see which way this goes after tomorrow.
A lot of them, I think, learned their lesson from last time, and they're loaded for bear. So we're going to see what they come up with, but they don't want to be lost in the shuffle. That's sort of the biggest sin that they could commit on Wednesday night. So we'll be watching, and we can watch all night.